You've got goals, dreams, and ambitions, but none of that means anything without action. It doesn't matter how perfect the plan is if you're stuck on the sidelines. You need to get up and get it done. No one else is going to do it for you. The world doesn't hand out rewards for intentions, it respects action, effort, and results. There will always be excuses within reach: too tired, too busy, not the right time. But here's the hard truth: every moment you hesitate, someone else is moving forward. The grind doesn't care how you feel. It rewards those who show up, especially on the tough days when it's easier to quit. Those are the moments that build winners. You don't need motivation to start, you need discipline. Discipline is what drags you out of bed when comfort tries to hold you back. It's what pushes you to take that extra step when your body says no. Every small action adds up. Every decision to move forward strengthens your foundation and brings you closer to your goals. You've got more in you than you realize. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't exist. The only time that matters is now. The grind isn't supposed to feel easy. It's supposed to test you, challenge you, and shape you into someone who can handle success when it comes. So stand up. Push past the doubt. Get up and get it done, because no one else will do it for you. And your future self is counting on you to show up today. You can have the biggest dreams in the world, the most detailed plan, and all the ambition in your heart, but none of that matters without action. People often get caught up in thinking, planning, and preparing, waiting for the right time or the perfect moment to start. The truth is, there is no perfect time. Waiting for everything to line up exactly how you want it to is just another way of stalling. Success doesn't come to those who wait, it comes to those who move. You need to get up and get it done, no matter how unprepared you feel. Action is the spark that sets everything into motion. Without it, your dreams will stay just that, dreams. There's a dangerous trap in overthinking. You convince yourself that you need more knowledge, more resources, or more confidence before you start. But here's something you need to realize: clarity comes through action. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. Taking that first step, no matter how small, teaches you more than any book or plan ever will. Every mistake becomes a lesson, every challenge sharpens your focus, and every win, no matter how minor, builds momentum. But none of that happens until you start. Every moment spent doubting or hesitating is a moment lost, a moment when someone else, someone just as capable as you, is making progress toward their goals. Fear is natural. It whispers in your ear, telling you you're not ready, that you'll fail, that you're not good enough. But fear is just a signal that you're stepping outside your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. You don't beat fear by waiting for it to go away. You beat it by moving forward through it. Action quiets fear. Every time you show up, even when you're scared or unsure, you prove to yourself that you're capable of more than you think. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build by doing the hard things, by taking risks, by showing up when it would be easier to quit. You have to understand that nothing changes until you change. You can sit around wishing for better circumstances, but the truth is, nobody's going to hand you success. The world doesn't reward potential, it rewards execution. You might have talent, intelligence, and ambition, but if you're not putting in the work, none of it matters. The people who succeed aren't always the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to quit, who show up every single day and put in the effort. They understand that dreams are built through action, one step at a time. It's easy to look at successful people and think they had it easier than you. Maybe they had better opportunities, more support, or just got lucky. But what you don't see is the grind behind the scenes, the early mornings, the late nights, the failures, and the sacrifices. Success isn't handed out. It's earned through relentless effort. And that effort starts with a simple choice: to get up and get it done, even when you don't feel like it. Especially when you don't feel like it, because those moments when it's tough, when you're tired, when everything inside you is telling you to stop, those are the moments that define you. The sooner you realize that action is the key, the faster you'll see progress. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need the perfect strategy or the perfect environment. You just need to start. Start messy. Start scared, start uncertain, but start. The momentum you build from taking that first step will carry you further than any amount of overthinking ever will. Each small action stacks on the last until you're standing on the foundation you've built through consistency and effort. You owe it to yourself to try, not just once, not just when it's easy, but every single day. You owe it to yourself to get up and get it done, because the only thing standing between you and your goals is the action you haven't taken yet. Your future self will thank you for the work you put in today. Discipline is the force that carries you forward when motivation fades. It's easy to feel inspired when everything is going well, when you're surrounded by positive energy and when success feels within reach. But what happens when the excitement dies down? What happens on the days when you're tired, frustrated, or overwhelmed? That's when discipline steps in. Motivation might get you started, But discipline is what keeps you moving forward when the road gets tough. It's the voice inside that says, get up and get it done, even when every part of you wants to quit. Discipline means showing up no matter what. It's waking up early when you'd rather sleep in. It's sticking to your goals even when distractions surround you. It's choosing long-term rewards over short-term comfort. This isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. You don't have to feel like doing the work, you just have to do the work. The people who achieve greatness aren't always the most talented or the most intelligent. They're the ones who stay disciplined, who put in the effort day after day, even when nobody is watching. They understand that progress is built in the moments when it would be easier to give up. It's easy to let emotions dictate your actions. You might think, I'll work when I feel motivated, or I'll start when the time feels right. But if you wait for motivation to strike, you'll stay stuck. Motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes without warning. Discipline, on the other hand, is built through routine and habits. It's about creating structure in your life so that action becomes automatic. You train yourself to follow through regardless of how you feel in the moment. Over time, discipline turns effort into a habit, and once something becomes a habit, it requires less mental energy to maintain. Think of discipline like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Every time you choose to push through discomfort, you're strengthening your ability to stay focused and committed. Every time you resist the urge to procrastinate, you're building mental toughness. And the more you practice discipline, the easier it becomes to stay consistent. It's not about making huge leaps every day. It's about showing up and doing the work, even if it's just a small step forward. Those small steps add up, creating a foundation for bigger achievements. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't rely on external factors. You don't need the perfect environment, endless support, or constant motivation. All you need is the decision to keep going, no matter what. Discipline puts you in control. It shifts the power from circumstances to action. Even on your worst days, you have the ability to take one step forward. That's the secret to progress. It's not about perfection or waiting for ideal conditions. It's about showing up when it's hard, when it's uncomfortable, and when it feels like you're not making any progress at all. Discipline also teaches you patience. In a world where instant gratification is everywhere, discipline reminds you that real success takes time. It's about putting in the effort today, even if you don't see results immediately. It's trusting the process, knowing that consistency will pay off in the long run. Every late night, every early morning, every sacrifice you make, it all adds up. The results might not be visible right away, but they're there, growing beneath the surface, waiting for the moment to break through. You can't build a meaningful life without discipline. It's the foundation of every achievement, every breakthrough, and every victory. It's not about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about getting up and getting it done, even when the odds feel stacked against you. The most successful people aren't superhuman, they're just ordinary people who made the choice to stay disciplined, to push through the hard days, and to never settle for less than their best effort. You have that same power. You have the ability to create the life you want, but it starts with discipline. It starts with doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Stop waiting for motivation to carry you. Build the discipline to carry yourself. Get up, stay consistent, and get it done, because every small action today shapes the success you'll achieve tomorrow. Small steps might seem insignificant in the moment, but they are the foundation of every great achievement. People often believe that success comes from big, dramatic actions or life-changing events. The reality is much simpler. Success is built through small, consistent efforts, repeated over time. Every tiny step you take adds up, shaping your habits, sharpening your skills, and bringing you closer to your goals. You don't need to make giant leaps forward every day. What matters is that you move forward. Every bit of progress, no matter how small, is still progress. It's easy to underestimate the power of small actions. You might think, what's the point of doing this little thing? It won't make a difference. But that mindset is what keeps people stuck. Small actions, repeated consistently, create momentum. Just like water carving through rock over time, persistence leads to breakthroughs. Success doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of showing up day after day, making the right choices, and staying committed, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. Think about a brick wall. Each brick on its own doesn't seem like much, but when you keep laying them down one by one, eventually you build something strong and solid. Your actions work the same way. Waking up early one day won't change your life, but doing it consistently can. Reading one page of a book won't make you an expert, but reading every day will expand your knowledge beyond what you thought was possible. A single workout won't transform your body, but committing to small, daily exercise builds strength and endurance over time. The power lies in the compounding effect of your consistent efforts. The problem is many people quit before they see results. They expect instant gratification, and when they don't see immediate rewards, they lose motivation. But success doesn't work that way. The results of your hard work often appear much later than you expect, and it's easy to get discouraged during that waiting period. That's where discipline and belief in the process come into play. You need to trust that the small steps you're taking now will lead to something bigger later. Just because you don't see progress today doesn't mean it isn't happening. Every small win builds confidence. Completing a task, even a minor one, gives you a sense of accomplishment and keeps you moving forward. It proves to yourself that you can follow through, and that belief starts to grow stronger with every success. Small victories create momentum, and momentum is powerful. Once you're moving forward, it becomes easier to keep going. You build habits that make action automatic, and soon, what once felt difficult becomes second nature. Taking small steps also helps to break down overwhelming goals. Big dreams can feel intimidating, and it's easy to feel stuck when you don't know where to begin. But by breaking your goals into smaller, manageable actions, you make the process feel achievable. Instead of focusing on climbing the entire mountain, focus on taking the next step, then the next, and the next after that. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize how far you've come, not because you made one massive leap, but because you stayed consistent and took it one step at a time. Patience is key. Big results take time, and the journey will test your persistence. There will be days when you feel like you're not making any progress, when your hard work feels invisible, but those are the days that matter most. Showing up when you don't feel like it, pushing forward when no one is watching, that's when real growth happens. Success is not about doing something extraordinary once. It's about doing ordinary things consistently and with purpose. It's important to remember that every action you take sends a message to yourself about who you are. Every time you follow through, even on something small, you reinforce the belief that you are disciplined, capable, and determined. Those small actions shape your identity and help you become the person you need to be to reach your goals. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to take massive steps every day. You just need to keep going, stay consistent, stay patient, and trust the process. Get up, take that next small step, and get it done. Because those small, steady actions are what build the life you dream of.